A story written by G.L. Fuentes. He is a Mexican writer and who was one of the most important, uh, a Mexican revolutionary writer. And the story is the main effect that can be seen in his writing. So, the story presents the infinite faith of a man to God. Now, Lenko, he is the central character of this story, and he has experienced a very turbulence, a great trouble in his livelihood, which made him worry. Still believes that the God will definitely will help him. And the theme of the story is totally based on the faith, on the humanity, on the belief in God. So, uh, the starting of the story is a house, which is a single house in an entire valley, a hill, the river, which is seen on heights. Now, the field of corn, titled by the family, gives us an idea in the first part of the story that Lenko is a farmer by profession. So, and it is because through the farming, he used to support his family and he has to run his business. Now, the turning point of the story happens when Lenko was expecting a rain, but in place of rain, when a hailstorm strikes the field and destroy his farm. Now, uh, he had a lot of difficulties. So, all our work for nothing. The entire land was wrecked by the catastrophe. There is no one who can help us. Now, these are the dialogues that proves how terrible the hailstorm was. And because of that hailstorm, his entire field gets destroyed. His crops gets destroyed. Now, as the story progresses, uh, the family was totally in distraught mood. Now they thought that there was no hope at all because the hailstorm has destroyed everything. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. Now, these are some of the lines which you can see. Now, this gives us a premise that the family has regained back their hope, and that hope is a help from God. Now, Lenko, after uh, the alternative way, now since he has to survive because the hailstorm has totally destroyed his farm, but there was still a hope. The hope was none other than but from God. Now, the next thing that happened, Lenko, being described as an ox of a man, started to write a letter addresses to God. Now, this is something foolish that idea that he was applying, that he wrote a letter to the God asking him some money. Now, as he wrote the letter to the God, he described his every problem and he asked the God to help him in that situation. Now, and he went to the post office to mail the letter. Now, this action of Lenko suggests his all out faith to the heavenly God. Now, he was only the last hope. And again, one a twist came when the postman read the receiver of the letter. When he saw the address was to the God. And when he saw the letter written by Lenko to a God, he laughed heartily and went to his boss. Now, the postmaster didn't want to This illusion Lenko's faith. But since we are talking about some, a humanitarian uh, effect on this story, so the postmaster was a kind-hearted man, and he doesn't want Lenko's faith to be, destroyed. And what they do is they collect the money, and they answer the letter by what they were able to raise an amount of money which is more than a little half of the amount he asked. But while collecting the money, the Lenko asks 100 peso, but they were not able to collect all the money which was demanded by Lenko. Now this is now the something something a humorous turning point of the story. When Lenko receives the letter, now what they did, they collected the money and they put the money inside the envelope and they handed over to Lenko. And when Lenko received the letter, he thought God had sent to him. Now, but he was so disappointed of the money, of the amount of the money he receives. But he was totally disappointed uh, because he demanded something and he gets some less amount. But still, his faith in him is still intact, crying to send another letter telling him not to send the letter to the post office because those employees are a bunch of crooks. And at last, he replied to the god, thanking him for the money, but again to send the remaining half of the money, but not via post office because he feels that those employees were the bunch of crooks. They were the main, culprit to snatch his money. Now, this is the end of the story. I have just tried to explain in a brief, and just to give me the feedback whether you people have understood or not. And also, I have given some home assignment. Kindly do that, and please mention the date. Uh, the assignment will be given in your WhatsApp group. I'll be giving you in the form of PDF. Please do that one, and do give us the feedback regarding this. Thank you very much.